Hi, Ben from Lover of Tech. Welcome to my extreme battery drain test between the Pixel 8, iPhone 15, and the Galaxy S23. Let's get into it. A quick rundown of the battery specs and what powers these devices. Starting with the Pixel 8, it is using a 4,575 mAh battery, and it is powered internally by the Tensor G3. The iPhone 15 does have the smallest battery, using a 3,349 mAh battery, and it is internally powered by Apple's A16 Bionic chip. The Galaxy S23 is using a 3,900 mAh battery, and it is internally powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform built for Galaxy chip. Now, a few things for consideration when setting up this particular situation with my control battery drain test. The displays. I have tried my best to calibrate them as close to 200 nits across all the displays as possible, disabled any form of adaptive display brightness, and set them to be fixed at that display brightness to just help it be as consistent across the board. Again, these displays are not high resolution. They're somewhere around the 1080p mark. And also, you do have 120 Hz adaptive on the Pixel between 120 Hz and 60, and the Samsung does 120 Hz down to 48, whereas the iPhone 15 is only a 60 Hz display. So we're going to see how that plays out. Where there's anything that's going to prevent the maximum performance when it comes to how these phones perform as well as manage battery, I have disabled it. So for example, on the Pixel, any form of adaptive battery setting has been disabled. When it comes to the Galaxy S23, the performance profile has been left in a standard and it's not being put to light. And anything related to the battery, whether it's adaptive charging, adaptive battery, performance profiles, I've disabled anything that's going to hinder performance and battery management in any way across all these devices where the option is available. For each interval of the app being used in activity, I will also be measuring the temperature of each device to see how they manage heat when at each interval for each application and activity. For the applications being used in this particular battery drain test, it will be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Music, Twitter, the camera application, phone call app, 3D Mark, and also Alta's Adventure with Asphalt 9. With that out of the way, let's get into this battery drain test. Let's kick things off with this battery drain test between the Pixel 8, iPhone 15, and the Galaxy S23. And man, considering the time I started this, which was just after 10 p.m., I knew I was in for a long one, and I was just wishing, why didn't I just do this earlier? Hey, let's kick things off with TikTok. And of course, TikTok has an auto scroll feature where if you press in the middle, you can actually press it to auto scroll, which helps automate the process a little bit. Again, roughly about around an hour for each application and each activity. There is, of course, going to be a bit of nuance in between. And yeah, at the first application with TikTok after the 1 hour mark, we're going to pretty much be seeing where the percentage of the battery is and also the temperatures that we're going to be measuring. So with the iPhone 15, we are looking at 28.1 degrees Celsius with 98% battery. So pretty good to start things off for the first hour. And then you've got 96% battery on the Pixel 8 with 29.1 degrees Celsius on the Pixel 8. And then when we move over to the Galaxy S23, it's 28.7 degrees Celsius with 94% battery. So it looks like the Galaxy S23 has taken the biggest hit to battery percentage. But again, early readings is something you just have to take with a grain of salt. Let's move over to Instagram Reels. Of course, Instagram, openly admitting it's become one of my favorite social media apps with some of the most out-of-pocket things you're going to be seeing, and being able to comment with GIFs. And man, there's that particular one with the aerial dancing GIF with Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, anyone remember that one and know that one? Let me know in the comment section below. That goes on beat with anything music based that's funny. So yeah, we'll go through an hour of Instagram, which I hate to admit it, I've spent more than an hour on Instagram in the morning to pretty much get me through getting up or time wasting. Temperature reading on the iPhone 15 is 31.2 degrees Celsius with 87% battery remaining. When we move over to the Pixel 8, that does have 87% battery with 31.6 degrees Celsius reading. And then the Galaxy S23 is at 87% battery with a temperature reading of 30.2 degrees Celsius. So well managed on the Galaxy S23 this time around. we're still going to be staying on Instagram. I've said this before, that on Instagram, one of the things I like doing when I get a chance is collaborative live streaming with other content creators. And what I've pretty much tried to do is simulate that across the 3 accounts of Lover of Tech, Lover of Cars, and Lover of Tech team. So definitely go follow us there on Instagram for updates around automotive things, as well as tech things, and just team updates related to all things related to Lover of Tech media. So simulating this one through, I feel like live streaming can be very taxing on the battery, especially when it comes to these smaller devices. And with the first reading that we're going to be getting when it comes to temperature is 36.5 degrees Celsius with 65% battery that we have. And with the Pixel 8 Pro, we've got 37.4 degrees Celsius when it comes to the temperature. Again, I will have the battery reading at the top. And then for the Galaxy S23, it is 38.1 degrees Celsius, which again, I will label the battery percentage at the top. In this app, in this particular situation, it does go full screen where you cannot see the battery. So I will look at the manual reading and place at the top for you all to have a look. Next is the video. And this is YouTube, and we are watching our ultimate camera comparison, which is 56 minutes long. Again, the first battery reading is 29.3 degrees Celsius with 54% battery, 62% battery on the Pixel 8 at 26.9 degrees Celsius, so well managed there. And then 58% battery on the Galaxy S23. And we've got a temperature reading there of 30.8. Again, here's where I ran out of storage. I didn't storage manage my SD card, so I had to empty it, cut the recording, and then continue recording with it again. Again, the things that you have to do to prepare for a battery drain test, it can take a toll. Again, this time around, we're using YouTube Music with the running playlist that I have, with a selection of songs that kind of reflect the kind of music I listened to growing up and stuff. This one, I would definitely say the track that was resonate with me is Elias Try Again. It's been a long time. Should have left you. I don't mean to step two. First, you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. Honestly, that's all I'm trying to do with this battery drain test. This is my second attempt. I'm taking all feedback that you're giving. I'm learning. I'm going to keep getting better with it as I go. Now, first temperature reading 27.1 degrees Celsius, and it's at 49% battery that I'm seeing here. Pixel 8 is got 27.6 degrees Celsius at 56% battery reading. And the Galaxy S23 is at 53% with 27.6 degrees Celsius temperature reading, 53% battery. So we're 5 hours in, and at this point, it's just gone past 3 a.m. I am struggling. I'm not gonna lie to you people, like, much respect. Next thing we're on is simulating Twitter usage with co-hosting on Twitter Spaces. One person did notice that with the previous one, the Pixel 8 Pro, it drained a lot of battery, but it looked like there was a video playing in the background, which I didn't notice. So that might have affected the previous drain on the Pixel 8 Pro on the previous test, but it's hard to really know. Again, I'm gonna keep getting better at this when I'm more aware of how to prep and make sure the right things are loaded up on screen. So there's always gonna be a bit of error and nuance. So after this particular Twitter usage with Spaces, the temperature reading on the iPhone 15 is 29.4 degrees Celsius, and I believe the battery reading is 39%. With the Pixel 8, it's 32.5 degrees Celsius with 44% battery left. And the Galaxy S23 has got 43% battery with a temperature reading of 30.7 degrees Celsius. Again, I will put the correct labels up there. If there is any mistakes, go by the labels that I will be for the temperature and especially the battery reading. So Twitter Spaces done 6 hours in, gone past 4 a.m. and now we're doing video recording in 4K 60 on the main camera with the rear cameras across all of them, and we're doing about an hour of 4K 60 recording. This one here is extreme. This is where I was expecting this to be the hardest hit to the battery that you're going to be seeing, measuring from the previous reading to this reading. Again, use the chapters in the description below to get you to the application and activity points that you're going to be seeing. And yeah, this is really something that was cooking up all three. And again, once we hit a 1 hour mark with the recording of it, 18% battery left, 36.7 degrees Celsius on the iPhone 15. You've then got 20% battery left on the Pixel 8, and the temperature is 39.7 degrees, 39.8 degrees Celsius, 22% battery left with a temperature reading on 39.5 degrees Celsius. This one is extreme. It's taking the biggest hit to battery. You see the low battery indication come on for the Pixel 8 as well as the iPhone 15. Now, again, took feedback. I have got SIM cards in here. The only thing is the data plan that I put on there didn't activate, so I still had to use Wi-Fi. But instead of using a video call, we are doing a 1 hour phone call. There are SIM cards in here. In the UK, we are using EE, so it's EE SIM cards that is in all of them. And we are on a 1 hour call just to see how, you know, the battery drain is. Again, a phone call is going to be less intense compared to a video call with Zoom. So again, more feedback in the comments how you would prefer me to go about it in terms of refining it. But next time I will make sure that the data plans are fully active so that it is fully run on cellular. But this time around, this is what you're seeing. Okay, temperature reading 29 degrees Celsius with 8% battery left on the iPhone 15, 28.8 degrees Celsius with 13% battery left on the Pixel 8, 15% battery left on the Galaxy S23 with 28.5 degrees Celsius. Again, everything will be labeled at the top as you are experiencing. 8 hours in, and boy, at this point, I just want these phones to die. I want to go sleep. So we're going to simulate some gaming usage using the Wildlife Extreme Unlimited test for 3D Mark across all of them. And right here, we're going to be seeing which one is going to go first. We're measuring the temperature, 39 degrees on the iPhone 15. And you're going to see at the 8 hour mark, 18 minutes and 26 seconds, 28 seconds, which I will label, 8 hours, 18 minutes and 28 seconds. The iPhone 15 is the first one to go. And again, measuring the temperature on the Galaxy S23, it's quite hot at 42.7 degrees Celsius. And I will place the temperature reading for the Pixel 8 at the top as well. Wow, so iPhone 15 is the first to go, which I will not lie to you, actually surprised me. For some reason, I was thinking that was going to be the one to pull ahead because of the 60 hertz display. Again, measuring the temperature of the S23, 43.7 degrees Celsius. This is going to be the one to go next. It is getting very, very toasty under this Extreme Wildlife Test Unlimited with 3D Mark. 39.8 degrees Celsius. Again, just more monitoring the temperature because we're seeing this roughly around 1% battery to about 5% battery left on the S23 compared to the Pixel. So Samsung next, 8 hours, 22 minutes and roughly 40 seconds. I'll have the exact time up there. It was really, really warm to the touch. You can see the temperature reading there at 43.6 degrees Celsius. Very, very, very hot and warm to the touch. So the device that is last standing is the Pixel 8. My goodness, who would have thought that? Not me. I'm being dead honest. So that's an interesting outcome with this particular one. Temperature reading at 39.3 degrees Celsius and pretty much just measuring it to see how far we are getting when it comes to, performance and temperature reading. At this point, man, I literally just want this Pixel 8 to die so I can sleep because it's almost 7 o'clock in the morning. Talk about doing an all-nighter. We've got a percent battery left. And once there's only 1% battery left and the benchmark is done and completed in terms of the amount of loops that it does, 4K 60 recording, 1% battery left. I'm just trying to kill it at this point, people, and go to bed. Actually, it's saying 2% battery left. So fast forwarding it, it does record for quite some time. That last 1% juice in the battery in the Pixel 8 is quite resilient. 8 hours, 38 minutes and 28 seconds. I'll have the exact time up there for the Pixel 8 to die. Last temperature reading at 42.6 degrees Celsius. Did get really, really warm to the touch. But last phone standing is the Pixel 8. So in third place is the iPhone 15 with a finishing time of 8 hours, 18 minutes and 29 seconds. This was actually a surprise, but again, it does have the smallest battery at 3,349 mAh battery, and even with Apple's A16 Bionic chip, it didn't finish first. It was the third one to finish in last place out of the three. In second place is the Galaxy S23 with a finishing time of 8 hours, 22 minutes and 37 seconds with a slightly below 4,000 mAh battery at 3,900 and the efficiency gains that comes with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform built for Galaxy chip. I think this is very respectable and it did really well. Hopefully Samsung are able to increase the battery capacity next time to over 4,000, which I think will be an even better help. But in this particular situation, second place goes to the Galaxy S23. And in first place is the Google Pixel 8 with a finishing time of 8 hours, 38 minutes and 26 seconds. It looks like the 4,575 mAh battery for such a compact device in this range, even with the Tensor G3, has served it very well. So yeah, the winner in this particular battery drain test scenario that I've created is the Pixel 8. So that is it with my official second battery drain test on the Lover of Tech channel between the Pixel 8, iPhone 15 and the Galaxy S23. Again, this will keep getting better over time with your feedback and also tweaking and refining the methodology of how I do this. Yeah, this will keep getting better. So stick with me, bear with me, really appreciate your support. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. You enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.